So I made a video before and it was 25 minutes long. I made it the day after. I've had a full week to think about what happened taking 5-MeO DMT, about my experience, who I was before, who I'm becoming after. And so I thought I would try and make a slightly better video, more compressed and a bit more accurate, So yeah, a week ago, just over a week ago, last Thursday, I went to my friend's where I did some Cambo, Cambo, and some happy. But the principal reason for going was to do 5-MeO DMT from the Sonoran toad. So we opened the circle at the beginning before all of that, and then when it came time to do the 5-MeO DMT, my friend, she explained everything she possibly could from her point of view, from her experience, and what I could possibly, no, there was no. So yeah, she just explained the process, how to do it, what to happen, just to let go, surrender, and just to breathe, and just be one with the universe, one with the divine power, one with source, and just to let go. So she gave me the choice of doing a full dose, a medium dose, or just a light one, just to bring it in, and I made the decision to do a full dose. So I sat forward, I gauged my distance on the bed to just lie back and go. And so she had the pipe, she was lighting it, I was sucking it so very, very slowly, just with my eyes closed, as she was telling me what to do. And then I had to take a big breath with it, but still slowly, and hold it as long as I could. And then I lay back, and by that time, my head was just getting compressed, everything. And then she came up, gave me a little, and she's like, a little bit more. And I'm holding, and then I let go, and everything just closed in, everything just I tried to breathe, I tried to relax, I tried to go with it, as I'm kind of going through it again just now. And there was just this incredible battle going on, and I fought, or I won't say I did, the ego fought, and it would not let go, it would not surrender. And so I ended up just squeezing, literally squeezing every single part, every molecule, every cell of my body as tight as I could into this little tiny, I don't know, I just kept squeezing until all of a sudden I couldn't squeeze, I couldn't hold anymore. And then I just exploded this energy, this built up energy, which had been inside this body, inside this mind, since the dawn of creation, since the very start. And everything just, I had to let go. I couldn't control. I tried to control, tried to remember where I was, and I couldn't. And I just had to let go, and I screamed and I screamed and I screamed. And I didn't know. I was trying to hold on to who I was. I was trying to hold on to my identity, and I couldn't. I just couldn't. And at this time when it happened, I just turned and twisted and hunched and just contorted, and there was no visions, but what I was feeling was from the start of creation, of duality, of the every negative, dark and evil thing that has ever been done since the start of creation. I experienced it all at once, all of it, just this undiluted, this rage, this lust, this anger, I just experienced it all, and I let it out. And I got everything, not just from this, not from my soul. There's no way this was in me. This was not my soul. I experienced everything. And I just released, and I released, and I released, and I released. And then I started to come back. And as you come back, you start to become human again. The ego starts to come in, like click, 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 click. And I was just starting to remember where I was, and my family, my wife, and my children. I'm like, no, why was this happening? Why were you showing me this? Why? Everything was negative. Like, why did this happen? And then I managed to flip around, and I don't know how. Don't ask me how. And then I realized that everything was just perfect. That God doesn't make mistakes. That everything was just perfect. Everything had to be shown. I had to see this. I had to experience this for me to push forward with love and this divine sensations and feelings that I'm trying to strive and push towards. That, you know, for my whole life I've self-blocked these emotions, by opening my heart. I used to say to myself that I can't love because of whether it's been my childhood, my upbringing, but I put blocks and limitations and things on these things, and then I met my wife, and I realized that everything, that we are one, that we are nothing, that I am nothing, and she is nothing, but together we are everything, that we are all fragments of God. We are all these incredible spectrals. We are just everything at once, and we're just experiencing. God is just experiencing billions of different souls all at the one time, all at once, and just trying to bring back that love in that position. And so I started to think about my family and how there's nothing wrong with them. Everything's the way it is. God would never let me do this with anything ever going to happen to my wife or my children or my unborn child. And so I started to bring myself up. And start to feel more happy, more joy, more peace, more love. But I was talking myself into it. I was talking myself into it to bring myself back from that place of that darkness that I just visited. And then I managed to compose myself. My friend was there, and everything was starting to come back. And then I started laughing about what I'd been through, what I was experiencing, and I thought, wow. I mean, and then eventually I made the decision and said, I'm ready to do it again. So with this circle, you can do as many as you want or as little as you want for as long as you want. And so I decided that I was ready. You know, I brought myself back into a place of love, thinking about my family, my children. I was just, oh, thank you God, thank you for everything. Thank you for this experience, for letting me feel this, for letting me witness this. I don't know why, but thank you. Now, like, I was maybe putting it towards ayahuasca, that you have one cup and it takes you all the way down to the darkest part of your soul, and tries to let you experience it if you can let go. Again, I was never able to. My barriers, my ego was too high. And then normally in the second cup or whatever with myself, it then takes me to a more beautiful, a more, a better place of light. So I was expecting 5-MeO to do the same. Oh my goodness, I've just experienced the entire existence, the evil, the darkness, just all at once, and just exploded the entire universe and all the energy, every single little grain of sand or piece of negative energy. I just exploded it out of this vessel. And so I decided to do it again, and I chose to do another full dose. So I sat up, got into the position, gauged myself, and then my friend was ready, took the full dose, and I lay back, took the top up, and then I was trying to relax, just let go. Let go. Let go. And my ego just came back again. It just came back again. It would not let me surrender. It would not let me surrender. And I just, oh my goodness, I just rolled onto my side. I just scrunched up. I screamed. I contorted. I didn't know where I was, but I knew I was everywhere. I didn't exist, but I existed everywhere. Everywhere. And again, just getting all this energy, every single lifetime of every soul that has ever existed since the start of creation. And I just seem to have freed it up and experienced it all at once for every single soul. That's what it felt like. And that doesn't even describe it well. And so the second one was exactly the same. Wow, why? So again, I started to come back, recenter myself, rebalance myself, breathing, trying to maintain my breath the whole time and just keep that symmetry, keep going. And then I brought myself back again, using the words that I've created in this language to just reassure everything is okay. God loves me. I am love. I am pure divine spirit. There's nothing can harm me. This is everything the way it's supposed to be right now. The world is perfect. I am perfect. My wife is perfect. My mother-in-law is perfect. Everyone is perfect. We're living out this reality, the exact way it's supposed to be, supposed to play out. And so I came back, I brought myself back again, and then again I'm like, why twice? So I did it a third time, but I took a small dose, And then the third time, I can't really remember too much, but I didn't go all the way to that place. But I kind of like, I certainly didn't go to the blissful place either. So what I've come to learn to believe after a week, I've come to believe that since I was brought into this world, every single little thing, every experience, everything that has happened to me has built up this construct, this thing called the ego. And there's no words in my vocabulary to describe how strong mine is. And I give this beautiful persona. It's not a persona because it really is me. It really is me. When people who know me speak to me and sense that energy and feel that love, then that is pure me. That is the real me. That is the soul, the essence that I came here with, that I'm rediscovering after my entire lifetime. And so I assume from what I've listened to now that some people can have this one experience, just like ayahuasca, I guess, and then that's it. The ego dissolves, it melts. But as for me, it's like this mile thick wall, and I'm chipping away at it. Every breath. Every experience, everything I do, every piece of awareness, every time I bring myself back to realizing who I am, that I am a beautiful, immortal soul, that I am spirit, that I am divine consciousness, that I am the divine expression of God, that I am the divine awareness observing the body, that I'm not the body, that I am pure source energy, that I am a spiritual being having a human experience, that I'm not a human searching for an awakening experience. That my birthright, I say birth, but I mean from source, from creator, he gave me this right to be happy, to be pure, to be peace. And I'm starting to discover that. So as I chip away the last few days, the last week, my son was born. It was beautiful. It was an incredible moment, you know. My wife and I have managed to keep center, keep balance. She's the queen. She is me. She is everything. We are everything. I need her. And I'm on this journey and she's on hers. And so just trying to, everything has just been so relaxed. And just we've spoken, talking about expectations. Even the surgeon, he came into the room after the section and says, you know, one of the what creates the world's unhappiness, we have a right to be happy. And I was just blown away because he took the words which I've just been learning. He says we have a right to be happy, but it's our expectations of others which take away that happiness. And I was like, whoa, doc. You know, what is he practicing outside of having his scrubs on? So yes, things are nice and smooth, you know. But one thing I am noticing is every single second of the day I feel when my ego is appearing, my awareness is more clear, that every single thing I do, I'm aware, I'm able to find out if it was pure awareness driven with heart, or whether it was ego. It is that black and white most of the time now for me. Obviously, sometimes I still get sucked in. Sometimes I forget who I am as as awareness. But the non-duality aspect of being everything, being God, being the entire universe, being a drop of water in the entire ocean, or the entire ocean in a drop. And it's beautiful. It's so challenging. It's so difficult, especially having 3 sons now, and my wife, who doesn't know about this, and to try and I have to just live my life. I have to show and reflect my inner being, and just be true, and allow this divinity to come out no matter what. And also the ego, as it's still there, to be able to treat it as an item of clothing, and just like put it on and take it off whenever needed. So it will be there. But oh my goodness, what an experience. And at the start of this conversation, at the very start, I could actually feel myself starting to tighten and get back into it, But I didn't research before, so I didn't know. I didn't want any expectations. Now, listening to this story and knowing where I went and what I experienced, the most horrific, frightening experience I could ever have possibly imagined, but at the same time it was uniquely beautiful because God showed me that side. Source decided to show me that duality, that aspect, and so I see everything in this world with a whole new light. Everything. That what's happening in this world appears to be evil and dark, when really it's nothing, but it is everything. If you want to go to like the laws or the principles of polarity, where good and bad are just degrees, different degrees of the same thing. You have your line, you have good, you have bad, and depending on where it is in the line, the polarity or the polarity of it depends on the degree of it, depends on whether or not it's our perceptions which dictate whether or not something is good or bad, hot or cold. It's the degree of the temperature. So yeah, I keep working, I keep going, I keep doing what I'm doing. I hope I haven't scared anyone, because you know what, I'm going to go back and do it again, maybe next week, once my wife heals a little bit better and is able to cope a little bit better, and once I get her blessing. But I will only be going for Cambo. This is my white lie. I have to do this, and just I have to prove to her. No, I don't have to prove to her, I'm sorry. I just have to show her the love and everything. I don't have to prove anything to anyone, because everything is exactly how it's supposed to be, right here, right now. Myself, you. So the journey continues. The integration after that experience has just been, it's been mind-blowing. And I'm able to walk in my house and walk around my house with more, trying to open up my heart with love for the people in my house, instead of my ego picking it and trying to control the way things are done. It's not important. This is important. My family's important. The love that we are all one. That my mother-in-law is so devoted. She left her husband for 3 months to come here to help her family, to do everything. My sons. I have 3 sons. 3 sons. And if you know me, then you know who I am. You know the person I'm trying to become. And you know the real me. Because the public image I'm putting out is the one I'm trying to become more and more and more every day. But I have my private life. I have my secret life. And that's what I'm trying to get out. So that I just have one life. This one experience, this one life with God. And my family, and with you, and with everyone else. So yeah, the most frightening, incredible, just mind-blowing experience ever in my entire life, or maybe every single life combined. But you know what, one thing I forgot to say is my body, this body, the muscles, everything since that day, 7 days ago, I have been so relaxed. And I mean every single little piece of negative built up energy it's gone. It's completely gone. And they say about that it will remove all other sorry, the lineage of the family. So I've done it for my sons, I've done it for my brothers or my other soul families in the past as well. So, but I feel amazing. My body feels, it feels so loose, so free, so relaxed. It's incredible. Incredible. I have no tension whatsoever, and I will not build up any more tension. I will stay loose, I will stay relaxed and free and centered, and yeah. So until the next time. One other thing as well, I grew this beard. I like it, I liked it, I did. But I used to say I was embracing my Viking roots, and I was, but it was so egotistical of me to have grown my beard for certain reasons, to look a certain way, to be perceived a certain way by other people who look at me like, nice beard, it's very Viking. And although Vikings have the perception of being this horrible, dark and bloodlust sort of culture, they were also loving. What you see isn't always, what you get. I'm sure some of these big guys, would sit down and make daisy chains with their, their buddies and their, their girlfriends, their wives and their children. So, my biggest decision in life recently has been, should it stay or should it go? Let's see. I love you. God bless. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, may God bless you and be with you. God bless every soul. Bye.